Hey y'all, we're back to working on the robot that I was working on. I don't even know how many weeks ago. I think it was sometime in November was the last time I was working on it. There's been a lot going on between deciding to stream reactions to other stuff and my like what was it? My predictions for like MRCA finals and my reaction to, or my predictions for NHRL. Obviously, my predictions for NHRL did not go very well at all. I was completely wrong in pretty much every case. I was kind of worried that, YouTube is not receiving enough video maintained to streaming. Unfortunately, my internet is apparently not very good right now. I don't need Hodag open, so we're gonna close that. Sorry, I'm just trying to clean some stuff up real quick. Okay. Okay, we are streaming. I decided I didn't like how the shape of the shuffler was because I felt like it wasn't flat enough on the bottom. So I'm making changes so that it actually is flat. I'm trying to make it kind of like how Mud Skipper has it. But so far I'm not super, we're gonna have to mess with some things. We kind of want it this offset. No, we want 3 millimeters thick. 0.5 millimeters. 2.5 mil thick. So doing that way, we're gonna. We're not gonna make that set stone. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do some of tangent, I think. And then we're gonna trim. Just pretending like we don't know how trim works. Okay, so we're just... What? I don't understand why... Apparently that's not legal. Which is really fucking annoying that I'm not allowed to do that, apparently. I thought this was a free country, apparently not. Now I'm trying to think of how to make this not look like butt. Okay, tangent. Make sure that's tangent. I kind of don't like that I ended up having to break the slot, and it, like, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. This. No, I don't like that. 18. I think I want feet on the top and bottom. Which means it's going to be weirdly asymmetrical. Whatever we have here, we have to mirror. So we're going to mirror entity. What? That's not how mirroring works. What the fuck? Okay, fine. We're gonna. It basically mirrored about itself when I wanted. You know, I'm gonna mirror this. Got that. That way we can kind of. And actually, instead, I'm gonna have this fall in line with this. That way, they'll at least act similar. At least a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yeah. Wait, oh. Oh, come on. Okay. Give me a second. Oh my god, I don't want to... We're gonna do that. I think I'm still gonna have this in the cut instead of the other thing. The main reason I want this in a separate feature is so that if I decide to switch it to using urethane, I don't have to change the original sketch. It's like a separate feature. Like, I know there might be, like, some people might find it better if I were to, you know, like, have it all in a single sketch, but I think sometimes having it be a separate feature for later will make my life easier in the future. I was gonna run this as a plastic ant for a while, and then this is supposed to be over on antweight class, because I mostly fight in MRCA fights or MRCA events, and there's not a weight bonus for shufflers for beetle weights in the Midwest, so. Okay, that's fixed. Then we're gonna mirror this about that line. Nope, that didn't work. And then I actually want to convert these entities instead of trying to just trace it. And then we'll trim. And then this is going to be the... Oh. This is got to select contours. Oh, I forgot I should probably mirror this feature. Okay. Does not like what I did there. I'm trying to figure out where it's at, where it's open. Oh, did I think did I accidentally select the line. I think I hit the line instead of the, that's the problem. I don't know if those are the right pitch of teeth, but... Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. This is definitely... I have a feeling that this is not... This is going to go poorly in its first event. Reselect contours. Yeah, these teeth do not give me the warm and fuzzies. Or for like... Yeah, I'm actually going to change the pitch of these teeth. This is not going to be perpendicular. I think maybe even adding a couple teeth. Oh, that's not selecting the face. That... There we get that. Mirrored. About this line. And it's gonna get angry at me again. And we just gotta select our new contours. But yeah, I think the extra little teeth will make it happier. I think that'll work a little bit better than the broad teeth. Okay, we'll see how this looks with this shuffler pod. Oh, a little bit cursed. But not terrible. Feels really fragile and like skinny. There's a good chance I might end up deciding to change some cross sections, but because if I open up, we're gonna open up the assembly real quick. Because I have this to mess with to make sure it's not doing any kooky stuff. Because I did make it, this is taller. Which means I may want to make the, I'm kind of worried about, I think I don't want it this as tall. I think this is still a little bit taller than I want it. I think this, I'm debating how, because this feels tall. Because how much is this, like this surface? I guess that's, oh, that's like 7 millimeters off the ground. It could definitely go a little bit lower. That is kind of really high off the ground. So I think I'm gonna try to make this shorter. That's not what I want to do. It's the wrong dimension. Honestly, I don't know if we need this feature. Because I just shaved off like 3 millimeters. I'm gonna keep this. Oh. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, yeah, I kind of didn't realize that was... Yeah, we're actually just gonna make this tangent, I guess. Mix it up. Yeah, missing edge, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Why is this one so upset? Okay, that one's not too upset with me. And then, so now we shouldn't be as egregiously like, because that was how high it's off the ground at the lowest. Although I can obviously make the, I can obviously make the, like, change the wheel guard height, but because honestly, I want to try to make this essentially as compact as I can get away with. And if because honestly, this is oh yeah, because with how high, because we're trying to base the height off of this 2822. I think I'm gonna push the 28. I'm gonna push the weapon motor in and make the whole thing wider, but yeah, we can go smaller with our shuffler. If I can get the shuffler to the height that I want it, then I think by tonight, then I think I'll be a happy camper. Shave a millimeter off of the difference between these. I think that's as close as we want to go with that. I think if I go further in than that, I'll start having consequences for my actions. But I think I can try to move the shuffler in a little bit more, maybe 2 millimeters. Ooh, create an invalid geometry. It does not like it if I go in further. Which part becomes invalid? I think this one we don't care about as much. Maybe that was the one getting angry at it? That was the one getting angry at it. Honestly, this isn't doing anything for us at this point. That height, I don't even... Yeah, we don't need that anymore. We're just gonna do... We're just gonna... Okay. It does not want to make those... Okay, now kiss. Oh. There's something about this that... Constraint that I put on this? Oh, wait. That's not the problem. What am I missing? SolidWorks does not like how I use SolidWorks. They're like, what kind of abomination? This drag created invalid geometry. The pre-drag sketch state. Why? But why? Like it's underdefined. Why? What is wrong with that state? That's okay. This is okay. That... Oh, god damn it. If what I'm about to do works, I'm gonna lose my shit. Okay, that's fine. Tangent. Okay, we're just making up, why did it make it horizontal? There's no reason SolidWorks should have assumed that I wanted that horizontal. It wasn't horizontal. What? This was basically what I was trying to do. Did they do something? Did they make SolidWorks dumber? They must have added AI or some stupid shit. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I need to do this. So this doesn't look like it's used to floss your teeth. I was too distracted by the... I'll just do that. Okay. Go off the vibes. Did I fuck something up? We're gonna I keep getting rid of... I keep shaving off edges of this thing. It does not like that. Oh, that's the problem. What kooky mate? Because it's, for some reason, it was to the center of that circle. And instead... Okay. Okay, much better. As it's to the center of the arc and not the center of the circle. Which is the problem. Okay. Which, fun fact, is not the same thing. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit further down. I'm happy with that for now. Because we are reaching the extent of our shrinkability. Although this feels a lot more of a reasonable height. Because I feel like if I... This is my first shuffler I've ever designed, so... Yeah, I think we're gonna go wider for this, because obviously this is currently... I think I did a distance mate between the center. Yeah, that's what I did. We're definitely gonna just increase this distance. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do as centered like what's it called? Like Mud Skipper, but I think I might go Cold Snap position. Oh, I've been because here's the plant. Here's 1 second. I forgot I made a Canva. Canva. Blah, blah, blah. Oh shit. Oh no. That was bad. No data. That was bad. We lost. I lost you guys for a moment. Actually, what I kind of want to do. Make this coincident with that. And how much do I think I need? 6 millimeters? Because that would be more material. That would be the double the diameter of the hole I need. Which I think is good. I think that's what I want. And then we just put it so it's not in a place that it's not interfering with anything. Which it definitely is there. Okay, that's navy, not blue. And then what we're trying to do is we want to have this going through the other side. No, we don't want to cut. That's actually the literally exact opposite. We're trying to do up to surface. And now we want to do a cut. It goes equal to each other, and then we'll have like 3 millimeter hole. I don't know if I'll end up doing a through screw. That feels excessive. But also not sure if I'm gonna like do plastites into it. I mean, if I do the plastites long enough, it should be fine. I think I will do as if it's gonna be. Oh, well, this is gonna be plastic, so we'll do 3 millimeter. For PLA Plus, I don't like the holes as tight as I do with TPU. Do I want to add fillets to this? Will that cause problems? Apparently it will. Apparently it doesn't like that. Never mind, I won't add fillets to it. I don't want to anyways. Okay. Okay, so now I want to create some sort of mounting for this. Do I want to add? I'm gonna add some. Nah, no, we're gonna add some extrusions before we get into. What am I trying to say? Before we get into like before we get into anything else, because that way, because the holes will probably go into any extrusions, so we want to just not. That I think I'm going to start out with something to sort of keep. Actually, what we're going to start out with is we're going to start out with center here. I want some sort of, actually, we're just going to actually do a circle. I don't know if this makes sense. Now we're going to do arc. Keep changing my mind. What this is going to be the reference for just outside the blade length. That way, forgot what diameter I made the blade. It was an even number. Actually, 65 works pretty well. Okay. We're just gonna do this up to the edge. That way, whatever we have, well out of the way of the blade. Why am I? Well, I don't know why I really wanted to say without. We're just gonna do. I'm actually gonna do this at 9mm, which isn't just so we aren't. Just so we're out of the way of the. And then I'm gonna mirror this that way. This is not so much structural. Structural. I'm debating how much I want to like worry about trying to support these motors underneath them, but I think we do want to try to support the motors underneath them. But joke to you. There we go. Okay. This is just to sort of keep something to line that up with. And we want some features, more of a square. No, we just want a flat square in the back, I think. No, we don't want a flat square in the back. I think because I think it's going to go further on this side than it will. And it's going to yell at me because apparently making things dependent on other things is illegal now. Okay, that. Like that. Let's just do that to 10, round down. Just casual 3 millimeters there. How much? 5 millimeters, maybe? No, I don't think we need 5. We'll do a 3, and I think what it's going to end up happening is we're going to give it a butt. We're going to make a butt. That way it doesn't stand on its backside. I'm debating. I think I just want this middle open. I think we just trim this up. I don't remember how tall I made the rest of the robot. Definitely, it wasn't 50. Closer. That's not what I pressed, or meant to press at least. 27, I think. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna definitely do stuff to make that a little bit more less sketchy and reduce, because looks like it just it looks like it's gonna snap in virtual reality, in the virtual space of this. Like, oh, it looks like it wants to snap. But we're gonna do something about that. But first, I want to put something underneath these motors. And where I want to... Conveniently, the origin is where I mated this motor to. So it's not going to yell at me for trying to use it as a reference. Apparently that's been the ongoing theme. The 20 millimeter. No, because we're going to do just slightly bigger, like half a millimeter bigger than what the motor is. 16 millimeter? Yeah, 16 millimeter. So we'll do 16.5. I don't know why I did a circle and not an arc. Well, probably because circles are easier to use than arcs. Point 0.5, is that too much? 0.5 millimeters is too much. 0.25, 0.25, we got so close. I think 0.2. I don't think my printer is more. Oh my god, SolidWorks. Okay, we're gonna mirror about the front plane. They were playing front, yeah, front. We're gonna make this coincident with that. Then we're gonna trim. Gonna provide some support for our motors so they're not flopping around and doing kooky shit. I'm debating if I want to like make it so these don't rotate, but I don't think that's really what I want. I don't think I care about that. Hmm. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna mirror the last feature. There we go. That way, make this next part a little bit easier. Basically, then I'm gonna sort of connect this part to the front and back. That way there's not some like crazy stress concentrations. Save first. That, and we're gonna do a little bit of this. We're gonna round up to whatever millimeter that is. I don't know why I'm talking with a southern accent. There we go. Then here we're gonna do to keep things simple, we're gonna do that. We're gonna mirror all this about the right plane again. We're gonna do an up to surface this time. Bring it all the way up there. I probably didn't need to go this far up, but yeah, this will already make it so this is less flimsy. Even the back will feel less flimsy. I don't know if I'm going to have the, whatever I have the top plate, kind of hold this in place better, but VSC? I'm not familiar with that even is. VSC? Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I've used VESC. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. I don't do that much programming of my speed controllers. If Navy File is actually better at using spinner. Okay, yeah. I'm not familiar with that one. I'm not as deep into like the more programming of the speed controllers as. How am I gonna make this all fit? I'm gonna make sure the battery still fits in there. Yeah, we're still good. We're really tight on space though. Oh, we got space on top. Yeah, I'd have to look into it. I'm not familiar, like, with them. I know I've been using a lot of. I think what ASCs I've been using. Because I get a lot of repeat robotics stuff. I'm one of those guys for a lot of my speed controllers. I know not everything's gonna fit with all how I have this, or at least it's not all gonna stay inside the robot. Let me go back to this one. This sketch. But yeah, how I run a lot of my weapons, I don't end up like I always have like usually small spinners. Right when we upgrade. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, because usually my solution to problems is very rarely overclocking electronics. I'm usually just trying to beat people with sturdy robots. You can probably make that even thin. Honestly, although part of this robot is an exercise in not being so reliant on being a control bot. So maybe I need I might look into that when I have the chance. Different ESCs, because I don't know, ESCs are not usually the limiting factor. I didn't pick the thing. You know what, in retrospect, this would probably make sense now that I added this feature for this to just butt up against that. That's not what I meant. That's not at all what I meant. Okay. Okay. I just know already I did not leave enough room for electronics. Although I could, there's so much unused space here though. Yes, this is a, well, actually this is technically an undercutter. An undercutter ant. But since it's the first version of this I'm running is a plastic ant, and I'm basically just direct mounting the weapon into the motor as I run as a plastic ant while I figure out the whole shuffler thing. And I have a more complicated weapon plan for the future. Actually, now that I think about it, I should be attaching my electronic or some of the wiring and crap to the top of this, so. We're gonna, it's okay. But yeah, we're making a shuffler. Shuffler ant, specifically. Does it though? Does it create invalid geometry? You just not want me to live my life, SolidWorks. What do you mean? What do you mean? I can't give it a radius? Kinda. Okay, yeah, sorry. I've been crashing out at SolidWorks. Yeah, it's basically a plastic ant. It'll eventually be an ant, but because otherwise it'd just be a bad plant. But I wanted to, since I have no idea what I'm doing with a shuffler or a big spinner, I decided it would be safer to mess around with a plastic ant. Actually, why does it just butt up against this? A bit of this. Yeah, I definitely have. I definitely was looking at Cold Snap when I thought of this idea. So that's not like a out of pocket comparison. Oh, come on. We're less than 1 degree off of being perpendicular. Think you're cute. Or parallel. There's so many times where it makes up fake relations, but when I actually want a certain relation, it's like, do you though? Do you though? I don't have much experience with horizontal spinners, so I can't tell you what it's like. This is basically an exercise in me breaking my bad habits. 18 looks good. That's enough that it's not like... What? Where is this zero? Is this zero thickness feature in the room with us? Something's up with the sketch. Oh, it's because this is a straight line. That's why. On an arc, I figured it out. Okay, that shouldn't create a zero. There we go. If it was gonna complain that time, I was gonna go in it. It wasn't so much a bad habit. It was that I forgot that this was not a straight. I thought it was a straight line, and that would have been the right way to do it. Or it would have been fine. But because I didn't realize this was a curve, because it's barely a curve. It's only legally a curve. It's only technically a curve. I'm realizing there's like no reason for this to be solid, and I'm probably... Yeah, I wanted to make it closer, but I feel like until I don't... Because I can't... Because it's a plastic ant, I can't get like the motor low or the wet. I could try to get the blade less thick with 2 C's. The problem is because it's a plastic ant, the weapon blade is thick. Is my current issue. That is the reason why it's so thick or so far out. Because currently we're at more of a where are we? We're at a we're more closer to cold snap in our little shape. We're currently sitting around here. Because I'm shooting for somewhere around here, like in between these two. I created a mood board for this robot. I'm thinking this is a good thing to have, like when I'm trying to like think of ideas for robots. Yeah, it's definitely more currently in the Silent Spring realm. Yeah, currently we're sitting at, what is our thickness? We're at 10 millimeters thick. Is that, how thick is a plant horizontal blade? Because but yeah, I realize I'm not, there's a whole bunch of space in here I'm just straight up not utilizing. Oh, like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Scalar X? Yeah. I'm just not sure how wide is too wide. Currently, we're at 105 millimeters. How wide is 105 millimeters? Or, wait, that's not correct. 139. 139. like half a foot wide. I don't know why I'm struggling to visualize that. How big is that in Bigfoot? Compared to Bigfoot? Oh, I'm realizing it's currently less wide than Bigfoot. It should be wider than Bigfoot, right? Yeah. Currently it's less... Okay. 12 to 15. There is no too wide. I mean, technically, but... Like, no one's gonna come arrest me, but... I think we can make this slightly smaller, too. But while we're at it... Oh, I have to move... Because I did it one way and then saw the... Okay, so we're going to make it... The thing is, this is a plastic ant that's meant to later be bumped up to a full combat ant, which is a weird situation to be in. I'm making it 20 millimeters wider, or I realize it's a lot. 5 millimeters. Or 10, yeah. Yeah, let's go way in. Yeah, I know it's gonna break some shit. Who needs a battery? I mean, also the weapon blade does not have to be nearly as thick. I could shave a little bit off the top. Yeah, because at this point, if we're on to make this work, we're gonna have to shave a little bit off the top. Mostly just so we don't smack into stuff. And then we're gonna do a little bit of doop-a-doop. A little bit of that. Trim. That, and then we're gonna cut. Not through all. We're gonna do 2 millimeters. We're gonna shave 2 millimeters off. I'm actually I'll add fillets later. I feel like I need to get out of the habit of. I almost feel like I shouldn't add fillets until everything's designed, because it's just a great way to fucking break everything constantly. Yeah, currently the blade is inside the robot, so that'll be interesting. I almost feel like I need a way to like make the whole accept motor. I feel is the I almost feel like I need some sort of like some sort of way to make the motor go lower, like bring this down. Because this motor almost feels too high. Like I was thinking it earlier, but now I'm really thinking this is the motor's too high off the ground. And I can't think of a way to make the shuffler shorter. So I think we actually do what I was thinking before and actually push this down. In order to do that, we're going to have to remove a coincident. Fine, we'll add it later. I do want to fix the broken sketch, though. When did I break? I don't care about that one. Oh, yeah, I see why everything's broken. We broke other things. Okay, for now. Okay, so I had a different idea when I did all that. So we're just gonna get rid of that because I don't think this whole part of it serves us right now. That's maybe future meal. What the fuck? Creating new problem, SolidWorks? Whatever. Wait, why? Why are you mad at me? Oh. How did I break it more? Oh my god, okay. Oh my god, how is everything so upset with me right now? Oh my god! I broke it. Okay, we're good here. That is actually insane. Okay, so we're gonna... Okay, so SolidWorks, what the fuck? Is all I have to say about that. Did not like how I tried to fix that. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Still fine. No, we're gonna add fillets. We're gonna wait till the end to add fillets. It's not that I add the fillets too soon. I add the fillet and then I change something, and then it's like that edge no longer exists. I always premature my fillets are always premature is the problem. The problem isn't that I have fillets. The problem is they're always I'm just getting rid of the whole fucking thing now. This is a joke. Okay. keep everything in. Honestly, I probably want to do more like 3mm, but we'll 3mm. Also, we'll try 3mm here. And mirror everything. Made at the right plane. Yeah. We're definitely gonna. I think how we're looking, even though it doesn't feel like we made much progress, I think next week we might be able to actually finish it though. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Okay, now the real question. We're gonna make this, we're gonna make a feature. Here's what we're gonna do. Do that. And just to make it look clean, we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna convert this entity. I feel like there's enough drum spinners though. Okay. Are we looking? And we're gonna push, is 2mm off the ground what we want? Do that to that. Okay, is this high enough? We could go lower. You must go deeper. This is gonna be a chaotic robot. I just know that this is gonna be an impossible to control robot. Fix itself. There we go. I don't know. I'll definitely think on it because we're getting close to 9 o'clock. Because if I can get the blade below this, I think it'll look more how I'm envisioning it, but it doesn't necessarily have to. Yeah, I think. Ooh, I don't want a section view. I don't need a section view. Nope. Sorry, not what I was trying to do. I mean, I feel like there's enough verts in general, though, even if they're not necessarily all of them are using weight bonuses. Ooh, that feels too low. Yeah, I feel like verts end up sacrificing more when they become shufflerified. Because a lot of times what verts are sacrificing, they already don't have. Okay, now I want to try pushing in the motor a little bit more, actually. Not that. That's not what I want to change. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with fire. Now I have to make sure I'm not hitting my own shuffler pods. You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna have a temporary feature. Just so I know exactly what I'm hitting, I'm gonna just do that. Yeah, okay, I had a feeling this would happen. I'm like, wait, am I girl bossing a little too close to the sun here? Yeah, we either need to go wider. Do we go wider? I think we do need to go. I mean, I could always change what's our diameter even? I forgot what the diameter. Because changing the diameter of the weapon is also an option. I don't mind change the sketch. Am I insane? What is defining the diameter of this? I mean, the multi-bot bonus is kind of a weird one. Oh, 63. This is defining the diameter. I'm trying to do. So we actually got we got about a 5-inch blade, which isn't crazy. Is zero tooth weapon 100%? I turned on the zero tooth with. I do think how they changed it did help a lot, but the multi-bot bonus, it does feel not great. It does feel kind of overtuned in the favor of multi-bots. I think a 5-inch blade is not even that big for a shuffler, for like a big birch or big Because, like, how big is a scalar weapon anyways? It's about 6 inches. So this is actually smaller than a scalar. So the fact that we're smaller than a scalar weapon, I don't think we want to go smaller. Yeah, I feel like Kazaa Light is very much one through being basically indestructible. I feel like the flamethrower, because they didn't, did any of the robots, like, that they fought at finals even succumb to the flamethrower? Like, it wasn't like, oh, this robot, it lost because they just died from the flamethrower. It was just, they were being hit by the flamethrower so much that the judges were like, yeah, they're done. Okay, so we're not going to make the weapon blade any smaller. 5 inches is plenty big enough, despite, I don't care what she says, 5 inches is enough to get the job done. Where you don't need to be a size queen here. So I think we go wider. Yeah, I think it definitely, I could see it overheating their ESCs and making them, their robots not, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I think we go a little bit wider. I think that's what we do. We keep going wider. I'm gonna make it wide enough that's no longer close. $60 where I want to be. 60 ain't enough. I could also not have this wheel guard go this far down though too. That is also a thing I could do because there's no reason for the wheel guard to be, or sorry, the shuffler guard. Shuffler, is that a thing? Is that what it's called? I think we're gonna trim the shuffler guard is actually what the lever will pull. This will be named Bloop after the like it's a sea monster cryptid. This is gonna be named Bloop. Which I think makes sense that it'd be a shuffler because Bloop is like a really big, like it's just a massive cryptid. Yeah, because this is the name of the files. This is what Bloop looks like. And just a big old maw. Ironically, this one doesn't even have that big a weapon, but who's counting? But yeah, I think this is where I think I'll stop it. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I'm still working on the Hodag video. It's gonna be I'm gonna be working on that the next 2 weeks when I'm not streaming. I'm gonna be working on this next week on the stream. But in the meantime, in my free time, I'll be working on the the video for Hodag. Obvious. And then when I'm not like doing all the other things I have to do for the holidays. So Hodag video, I want to get that out before Christmas. We'll see if that actually happens. It'll probably be like the Monday or Tuesday before Christmas. I want to get the Hodag video out. If not, I don't know when I'll be back to working on a kitbot. That working on a kitbot or like a free open source design has been sort of pushed back for the indefinite future. And then after that I'll be prepping. I'm prepping Hodag and Bigfoot for next year, for the first part of next year. This robot is not signed up for any events yet, so I got some time. There's a secret thing that I'm gonna work on. The new bot stream is not the kitbot. Oh, the kitbot ranking stream. I forgot I planned that. I don't know when I'll actually do that. I know that's scheduled. It might not happen the date I scheduled it. It's probably going to end up happening. It's going to be happening when I'm not doing CAD. So hopefully I'll have hopefully after Christmas, or actually more accurately, probably after next week's stream, I'll have a better idea of when that's actually going to happen. Because I keep having other ideas, because I want to get the CAD done kind of as soon as possible. And so that's going to be that stream is going to be kind of like filler, and then I'll see how it ends up going. But I stream every Thursday. I stream at the same time every week, and I try to schedule them out. I've been trying to actually be good and schedule them out ahead of time and know what I'm going to do, but I'm kind of flexible on it. But yeah, I only stream once a week because I don't think there is how should I put this? Like, I don't think there's like a huge, if I streamed more than once a week, I don't think I would get, I'm not getting crazy views, like single digit. I think I got 53 total on this one. So, and plus I just don't have time to stream more than once a week. But yeah, it's same time, 7 p.m. every Thursday. I don't think I'll be streaming on I don't plan on streaming on Christmas because that's this Thursday. So I do stream every Thursday at 7 p.m. and I usually end around 9. So around this time. But yeah, I stream the same time every week when I can. I've been trying to get good at actually doing it every week. And because I'm going to work on CAD here. So I'm going to continue working on Bloop next week. Christmas, I don't think I'm going to stream. The first, I'm going to go over predictions. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to talk about how wrong I was with my predictions for 2025. And then I'm going to make new predictions for next year. Because last year I had an idea to do a short for it. I'll do it a stream next time. The 8th, I don't remember what I had planned for the 8th. We'll see what happens after the first. After the first, I think that's when I have either the kitbot or the new CAD, but that might end up moving around. Then the 22nd, I'll probably end up working on. I realize I'm talking about a calendar that I'm currently covering up. I don't know why I'm doing this, but retroactive nature. No, I gotta protect. I'll be predicting 2025 or 2026. That's gonna be what I'm gonna do. Because last year I went over some trends that I thought were gonna happen that did not happen. I do think undercutter. I was partially right about undercutters. We'll get into that. I'll save it for that stream. But I'll see you guys next week. Hope you guys have a good night and thanks for watching. I have to